Yes. 2025, I want to aim for 10 years from now. So what I'm going to show you is just a few highlights. There's so many things, but a few things which I think are going to be very common. We'll just touch very briefly on them. Virtual reality, I don't know if you have kids or grandchildren, or if your kids like iPads and you think that iPad is really addictive, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is the next big thing. These are, we actually have them in my TechScience classes. We show them to kids the very basic versions of this, which are out. This is going to come out, this is the Oculus Rift coming out next year. You actually, and you put these goggles on and you enter a virtual world. You're literally there. You can go and be in a spaceship, or use these controllers to fight off pirates, or shoot dragons, or do whatever you want. It is extremely immersive. This is virtual reality. There's also the augmented reality, which, unlike virtual reality, doesn't block your vision, but it adds details to the world. So you would look at my face, and you'd see my name up here, and you'd see my Facebook updates kind of here. And when I move around, it kind of moves with me. Or you can make me look like an elephant, or a spaceman. Or you can make this room look like a big dungeon. There's all these amazing things which are coming now. You can make Minecraft in the middle of the room. This blows the mind of kids, I know. Probably you're not as excited, but trust me, when I show this to kids, I'm like, oh my god, this is so awesome! Because it really literally, there's demos of this thing, it's just literally blowing your mind. This is the Microsoft HoloLens. There's a few of these. 3D printed buildings. You know 3D printing? There are 3D printed buildings. This is a 3D printer that prints walls from cement. This is a building, 5-story building, 3D printed. You print those walls, a floor a day. Imagine what that's going to do to solve poverty and people living in the street. You can print them houses like this or that. These are actually 3D printed houses, which were printed in a day. It's amazing to think about this. Imagine what it's going to do to the real estate market. Imagine what it's going to do to your mortgage, or my mortgage. Driverless cars. My kids, very good chance that by the time they get to be, they're now 6 and 9, by the time they get to be, 16-ish, I wouldn't say you wouldn't need a driver's license, but it will be less important than now, because you will have these driverless cars. There's lots of them. This is the Google driverless car. There's the Mercedes one. There's the Audi, Lexus, BMW. Everybody's into it. All the car manufacturers are building cars that drive themselves. You don't need a driver anymore, and you eliminate is it 3 million jobs from the Australian market? It's a big thing. This is going to take away all the taxi drivers, and bus drivers, and truck drivers, and all the other jobs that are dependent on people driving big machines. But it's going to save lives, and it's going to be so good. So, interesting. Bionic technologies. These are real already. These are legs, bionic legs. This guy lost his legs in a mountain accident, in a climbing accident, and he has bionic robotic legs, which are better than regular legs, because you can make them as tall as you want. It's true, it works. Bionic hands, which are, the whole Luke Skywalker thing, where he has it's real. It's not science fiction. This is real. This is connected to the brain. You don't control it with, the whole wooden leg thing. No, this is a real thing. And, it's one thing to get it to the level where it's as good as what we have. It's going to get better. Better than what we have. Will you replace your working, fine eyes with an eye that will be able to see in the dark? Or see X-ray vision? Or see like a big zoom, like, an eagle? Why not? Or, maybe, I don't know. I ask kids, and a lot of them actually say, yeah, bring it on. I'm not so sure. I think a lot of you would agree with me. It's interesting. Robots are happening, finally. We've been talking about them for ages. Google, the big giant Google corporate, which has now been changed to Alphabet, not only building self-driving cars, they bought 35 robotic companies, the best robotic companies in the world. They put them all in the hangar. They're building robots that will change the world in the next decade. And the hardware of it is quite interesting. But what worries me more is the future robots. Because the brain that makes us so special is the gift that evolution gave us. And we give this gift to machines. By giving this gift of large, smart brains to machines, who knows what are we going to what kind of consequences are going to happen. When computers become as intelligent as human, it will not stay at that level. They will very quickly become smarter than humans. And when that happens, who knows what's going to happen? There have been many movies. It may not necessarily end this way. There's a beautiful quote by Marvin Minsky who said, will robots take over the earth? Yes, but they will be our children. Maybe our evolutionary destiny is that using our amazing, powerful brains, we will create these machines which will overcome us one day, and they will go to the stars. It's an interesting concept to think about. So, I say this to kids, the future is in your hands. I've started TechScience in order to get the message across and to get kids engaged, because they need to know these things. They need to know this stuff, because if they don't know about this, how can they fix all the things that we are leaving behind for them to deal with? These technologies are coming so quickly, and it's becoming faster and faster and faster. We need to know, they need to know, and I hope that you enjoyed this presentation. I will just say that tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. It's a wonderful quote to end a presentation with. And I want to thank you all for joining me today.